Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Insider makes worrying claim about Jimmy Butler's Miami Heat future. One word to appropriately describe the Miami Heat's activity over the summer is confusing. This could very well turn out to be Jimmy Butler's last season with the franchise, and yet, there does not seem to be any urgency to push for a championship, having come up short in 2 NBA finals since the turn of the decade. Butler has been the face of the franchise since moving to Miami in 2019. But he was not handed an extension by the organization this season. He has a player option for the 2025-26 season, and he would become a free agent next summer if he decides to opt out, which one would expect him to if an extension has not been agreed upon with the Heat by that point. Of course, it is possible that the Heat have given up on hopes of winning a championship with Butler and are already focusing on the Bam Adebayo timeline, having handed him a monster extension this summer. One cannot overlook the comments made by Pat Riley about Butler after the Heat's playoff elimination last season. Is there some friction between the two? Could there be in the future? According to Alder Almo on Heavy, Yahoo Sports' Tom Haberstroh said on The Kevin O'Connor Show, Jimmy Butler is one of those larger-than-life personalities that can be great. And then, gets really tiring, and people start to tune him out. Some of Haberstroh's comments will worry Heat fans. As he said, he is a dude that is going to walk into every locker room, and you're going to feel him every single time. And so I think when you talk about Jimmy Butler and what the Miami Heat could get for him, I do think that you might have get this game of chicken between Jimmy Butler and team president Pat Riley, two of the most proud personalities, large personalities. I do feel like Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler, if they're not right, it's gonna be ugly fast. It would be safe to say that Butler has established himself as a franchise legend over his time in Miami, and most Heat fans would like to see them lift a championship with the 35-year-old. Basketball is not always that straightforward though. There are a number of contenders around the league at the moment, and there is some sense in the Heat trying to time their championship push rather than making win-now moves in hopes of winning one with Butler. NBA All-Star questions why Miami Heat passed on him in rumored trade. The Miami Heat seemingly place their name in the mix for every superstar that becomes available for trade. But rarely do they come away with the star. This applies for Phoenix Suns guard Bradley Beal, who recently revealed the Heat was one of the 2 destinations he was anticipating to land with. He also noted the unknown of why team president Pat Riley and the Heat's front office passed on the chance to acquire him. First off, Phoenix wasn't even in the picture for me to go to, Beal shared on the Run Your Race podcast. Listen, that was a fly ball. I'm waiting on Miami to hit me a grounder. Milwaukee, those were kind of like my 2. Miami didn't want to do it for whatever reason, didn't know why. While Beal cannot say for sure why Miami's front office didn't want him, reporter Zach Lowe claimed money was a crucial piece to the puzzle. The 3-time All-Star is one of the league's highest-paid players, but the not-so-large skill gap between him and Heat guard Tyler Herro doesn't reflect it. I think that was a vote of confidence in Tyler Herro. From what I heard, the Heat looked at that situation and said, we don't think Bradley Beal, who's 7 years older than Tyler Herro, is $30 million better than Tyler Herro going forward, Lowe said, via the Lowe Post. We just don't think the upgrade is worth it. If the Suns fail to meet expectations again this season, it shouldn't come as a surprise to hear Beal's name back in trade rumors. Fans started to worry after not seeing Kel'el Ware get an opportunity in the first half of the Miami Heat preseason opener against the Charlotte Hornets. Bam Adebayo, Kevin Love, and Thomas Bryant all played minutes in the first half and most of the third quarter before Ware. However, with 4:36 left in the third quarter, Ware did not disappoint when he finally checked into the game. Ware finished with 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and 4 blocks on 55.6% shooting in 16 minutes. Ware started off slow. His first shot attempt was a pick-and-roll to the basket, where Isaiah Stevens gave a nice pass inside, but Ware fumbled the ball out of bounds. He made up for it a few possessions later on another pick-and-roll attempt, which led to a thunderous dunk in the paint. He followed that dunk with another pick-and-roll to the basket for his second dunk of the game. Ware's elite performance did not just showcase his interior abilities. He also hit his first three-point attempt of the game for a wide-open catch-and-shoot shot. Later, he displayed his skills to pick and pop for a mid-range jump shot. There can be arguments his defensive performance outshined offense for the night. Ware had 4 blocks and 2 steals. 3 of his blocks came within a few possessions of each other, and he spiked each ball out of bounds as he displayed help-side defense. The NBA general managers released their annual survey of the best in the league. Miami Heat center Bam Adebayo finished second in the voting for the best defender, behind San Antonio Spurs center Victor Wembanyama. It raises this question: has the window closed for Adebayo to win the award? Miami Heat on SI contributor Rudy Rodriguez-Chamot believes so. It's closing because while he does so many things really well, he doesn't do anything great, said Rodriguez-Chamot, who also hosts the Come On Now podcast. He doesn't rebound at a level that would blow you away. 10.4 Rebs had him 12th, doesn't get a lot of steals 33rd, is a below-average shot blocker 31st. Al Horford had more blocked shots last year than Bam. Alex Caruso had more blocked shots than Bam. Derek White had more blocked shots than Bam. He is not a rim protector. What Bam gets benefited from is that he is well-rounded. He can switch well. He can guard smaller players. He can guard bigger players. He makes life miserable for a guy like Joel Embiid. But is that enough to be the Defensive Player of the Year? Probably not. NBA rumors: Miami Heat exploring center trade options. Heading into the regular season, the Miami Heat are looking to improve their roster. More specifically, they are trying to find ways to improve at the center position, according to ESPN's Shams Charania. Sources tell me the Miami Heat have been exploring the possibility of adding a big center to their roster, Charania said on NBA Today. I'm not sure when that will happen, but they have started looking in the market. The Miami Heat already have some options for the position, but there are many doubts about their health. There haven't been many trade rumors when it comes to centers, but earlier in the offseason, there were rumors that the Miami Heat might revisit trying to go for Jonas Valanciunas. The Miami Heat wanted to sign him as a free agent, but he ended up signing with the Washington Wizards on a 3-year deal. That left the Miami Heat with nothing to show for free agency, but that doesn't mean they won't circle the block on Valanciunas, according to Jovan Buha of The Athletic. There was some interest, obviously. He was on the list, so I think Miami Heat will probably revisit that, Buha said on his YouTube channel. If the Miami Heat are able to trade Valanciunas at the deadline and are in a position to make a run for the postseason, there is no reason not to try to trade him, but that depends on whether the Wizards are also in contention for the playoffs. Valanciunas could, of course, help the Miami Heat on offense, as he is capable of stretching the court. As the season progresses, there will certainly be talk of more of the league's big men on the trade market, and the Miami Heat will be in those talks. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jonas Valanciunas? Leave your opinion in the comments.